Hi, everybody. Christine Worth here, and today I'm going to teach you a little bit about PPC advertising, otherwise known as pay-per-click marketing. And the reason I'm doing this is because I feel that there are just so many of you that are completely in the dark and just flat out confused when it comes to advertising, and especially when it comes to AdWords. Now, with all of AdWords' new features, and I use that term sarcastically, like quality score and Lord knows what's coming up next. It's almost as if, and I'm stealing from Frank Kern here, apparently the only way you're able to advertise on AdWords now is if your website specifically tells visitors to never buy anything from you or anyone else ever under any circumstances. Now, as funny as that sounds, it has actually almost become a reality. Just think about it. When AdWords first started, you could advertise nearly anything, and people did. But Google didn't like some of the ads, so they decided to crack down on what they felt were spammy advertisements. Now, admittedly, some of these were, but a lot weren't. So Google decided to start forcing people whose ads they didn't like to pay more money. Now, eventually, they forced you to pay more per click so that you would get seen in AdWords and preferably on page one. But hopefully, Google would force you to pay so much that you just eventually go broke and leave. Now, many advertisers did, and of course, Google didn't tell you that. You just started to see things like the dreaded, bid is below first page bid estimate of $5,000. Now, then they decided that they didn't like opt-in pages. If your landing page had a form on it that required visitors to fill it out in order to get more information, well, that was Google slapped too. And then what they did is they implemented the quality score. Now, it's Google's way of telling you how good they feel that your landing page is. And if it has a poor quality score, your ads rarely, if ever, get shown at all. Now, when you try and seek out a solution to the problem, their explanation is vague at best. So if you're completely confused as to how all of this works, I'm going to explain it to you so that you don't get hit with these stupidly high costs. Now, I can't guarantee that it will work for you, but it's worked pretty good for me. And yes, you can still direct link to an affiliate page regardless of what you may have heard. Now, the best way to manage your campaigns, first and foremost, is with Google software, which is the AdWords editor, and you can get it here at this link. Now, it's not the prettiest thing, but it does allow you to work on campaigns at your own leisure and then upload them to AdWords when you're good and ready. Now, if you've ever been working on an ad and had AdWords time out, you know how frustrating it can be because you have to go back and redo all of this stuff. So use AdWords editor. Next, get your own domain name if at all possible. It's really easy. It's cheap. Go to namecheap.com. If you're promoting an affiliate product, get your own domain name. Now, preferably with the name of the product in it. And the reason I say this, even though you can direct link, when you direct link, you have to use the URL of the actual page itself. And since you're not going to be the only person advertising using direct linking, Google will only show one ad for that URL. So obviously, if you're up against a lot of competitors, they're advertising the same kind of program, your ad's only going to get shown minimal at best. So get your own domain name and don't make it too long, because AdWords only gives you 35 characters to work with for your domain name to display, and this does include like the .com part of it. And in fact, they actually force you to use the .com, the .net, the .org, .whatever. So instantly your domain is then cut down to 31 characters. So keep it to under 31 characters. Now, on that new domain, you want to write something unique about the product you're promoting. Use the main keywords that you'll be using to advertise at AdWords. So, for example, if you're advertising like get rid of groundhogs, then you use get rid of groundhogs in your web page's copy. And I'll get more into keywords here in just a second. Now, go to the site that you're promoting and copy the URL. And let me show you how to do this. Okay. Uh, Here we are at the browser window. I actually have to laugh because when I was writing the PowerPoint presentation for this, I made up that entire thing about get rid of groundhogs, as an example affiliate program. And sure enough, here's a website that tells you how to get rid of groundhogs. It does not, or at least I couldn't find an affiliate program, but I'm still going to use this for the example. Okay, so what we were talking about is we were talking about finding out what Google believes a website to actually be about. So if I wanted to advertise this site, I would go to the Google Keywords tool at adwords.google.com/select/keyword tool external. I want to click website content, paste in that URL, and then just simply click get keyword ideas. That's it. Because what Google is going to do is they're going to tell you what they believe to be related words and phrases to the website that you're going to be promoting. Now, the next thing that I want to do, when I head down here, I want to choose under match type exact. And once we have those words loaded up, you'll see that these little kind of parentheses here added next to the keywords. Anything that I would find related to that web page that I want to promote, or to that site that I want to promote, I would just simply click add exact. Now I'm just going through these, so let's see, add exact. And you'll notice here that usually I tell you to kind of stick around a higher number, at least 1,000 searches a month, and this is global monthly search volume. But for the sake of this video and for to keep it short, you just want to go ahead and add in terms that are related to the site that you are promoting. Now next, once I'm done with that, I want to go down and choose phrase match and just click add phrase, just like that. And then once I'm all done, all I have to do is just click here where it says download these keywords. I'll scoot this over. Download these keywords into text, and it will open in a notepad file. And there we go. We have all of the keywords ready for us. Now, when you're choosing keywords, you don't want to choose too many. And you want to be sure that they all contain the main keyword for the product you're promoting. Now, the reason that I used phrase and exact match keywords is because these will bring you in that higher quality traffic. You don't want to spend a ton of money on a keyword that is not going to convert for you. Now, in the list, if we go back here to this list, if you can locate any words that indicate that a person wants to buy, that's a bonus. So they might use buy repellent, purchase. I'm not familiar with this market, so I don't know exactly what keywords people would use. But if I scroll down, I could probably find some good ideas of keywords to use that indicate people are ready to buy. Now, just download these into Notepad like we already did. And since you've already researched the domain you'll be promoting, you will already know what Google believes to be related terms to the product you're going to be promoting. Use these terms in your website copy. Now let's head back to the PowerPoint. Now the next thing you want to do is add in a disclaimer, a privacy policy, and a contact us link on your page. This is very, very important. It's going to show Google that you're an honest business. You're not just a spammy site. So in order to do this, because you might think, oh gosh, I'm going to have to write all of this stuff. No, you actually don't. You can get a free privacy policy at freeprivacypolicy.com right here, and you can get a free disclaimer at this site right here. Easy as that. Now the next thing that you want to do is start a new campaign and then add an ad group. Now you want to give the ad group a main keyword name of the same product you'll be promoting. So for example, with the Get Rid of Groundhogs product, you can use the phrase groundhogs as the ad group name. And we do this for a very specific reason. Google, for some reason, whatever you name the ad group tends to help give you a little bit more credibility when you're running ads. So anyway, just use a main keyword that you're going to be using throughout the theme of the ad group. And next, you want to write an ad. Now, write an ad that contains the name of the product in the title. Make the first line a benefit to getting that product. Like, for instance, get rid of groundhogs in 24 hours or something. And on the second line, tell the reader what you want them to do. Go here now and see how it's done, or it was sale today only. Any kind of call to action. And lastly, in the URL to display, just enter your domain name, like get rid of groundhogstoday.com. Don't use the HTTP, don't use the www in front of it. Just put the name of the domain name that you registered for this product, and capitalize the first letter in each word. Now next, you want to send them to the page that you just created, and you want to explain on this page why these groundhogs were such a menace for you, all the things you tried, and what finally worked. Remember, stories work well, and keep a very close eye on your AdWords ad. Now, Google initially assigns you a quality score at first glance. When you first add that campaign, it sends its little robot out and it says, okay, well, this is what we think right now. But oftentimes, Google updates this without telling you. Just one of the many features of the Google AdWords program. So if you see that a word has a poor quality score, and you'll notice this because it will say poor next to the keyword, delete it. But keep notes of that deleted keyword. It's been my experience that by keeping poor quality score keywords in your list will hurt you more than it will help you. Now, even though these strategies will help you considerably in AdWords, there's one thing missing. And that one thing is that you don't know how well your ads are going to do. They could just slam out sale after sale, or they could end up costing you hundreds of dollars and without anything to show for it. Now, the only true way to know how well an ad is going is to simply test it. But the problem is that testing costs money, and oftentimes, depending on your market, a lot of money. And I know this. I've spent thousands of dollars on testing pay-per-click ads. However, that being said, there is one tool that I found that will alleviate that problem, that testing problem for you, and will flat out tell you what ads work the best. So you don't have to go through all the testing, and you don't have to keep handing Google money that you don't have, which they're more than happy to take. It's called PPC Bully. There's a link to it right under this video. I love it. I strongly suggest that you check it out. It will help you tremendously. And before I completely forget to mention this, what I'm going to do is I am going to offer a bonus to the first 20 people who send me proof that they have purchased PPC Bully through me. And what you're going to get, let me show you exactly what you're going to get. You are going to get my complete SEO course. But what I want to show you is what you get is it's 218 pages full of lessons. Finding a niche market, your monetization techniques that you can use, keywords, domain names, on-page SEO, siloing your website, blog optimization, everything that you need to know, including, and I even add in some bonuses. You get step-by-step, lesson-by-lesson checklists. You get a monthly checklist. You get various spreadsheets chock full of information. They're plug-in-the-numbers spreadsheets, and even a special report that tells you how to evaluate a link from any directory. Now, you get this, and like I said, it's only limited to a few people. So if you're one of those people that decide to go ahead and get PPC Bully, and you get it through me on the link on this page, then here's exactly what I want you to do. First, just send me a copy of your receipt and send it to boneheadseo@gmail.com. I'll verify it, and then I'll send you a special link to the SEO course. That's it. Now, why this is so important is that because some something that a lot of people don't realize is that when you have a keyword and you find that a keyword works well in pay-per-click advertising, it also works very well in SEO. And instead of spending all kinds of time and money and trying to test out all these different ads and see which keywords convert and so forth, you get that instant information from PPC Bully. Once you have that information, you can then use the SEO course and add it into the whole SEO arsenal, so that eventually, once that web page gets found for that keyword, you'll no longer have to advertise using PPC. Instead, your site will just be listed because you've optimized it properly. So anyhow, once again, click the link below this video. Check out PPC Bully for yourself if you want to. And if you do and you like it and you love it as much as I do, just follow these instructions. Send me a copy of your receipt. Once it's verified, I'll send you a link and you get a free SEO course. So that's it. We will talk soon.